to tell you about my new favorite thing in the studio, and that's Laney's L5 amp right there, that beautiful thing with the mirror face and the blue Tolex. It's an all-tube EL34 based head that's only 5 watts, and you can bypass the speaker and direct record out to the most amazing speaker emulation. The L5 is a very versatile, boutique-y, warm-sounding amp. You're always searching for an amp in the studio that can kind of fit all your requirements and all your needs as far as tones. You want a high gain amp, you want a Fendery amp, you want these different sounds, and you have to have a million amplifiers and different mic choices to kind of get those sounds. I find that since I got this amp that I'm not looking for that. I plug in and I go, and I can get pretty much any tone. If you need to add a couple pedals, add some pedals and it sounds great. The most amazing thing about the L5 amp is that you don't need to use a mic at all. In fact, we're not going to use any mic in our playing today, so everything's going to be coming off the speaker emulation and DI on the amp. So right here you have the DI out, and then you have the emulation we're going to have on. The other key feature that this amp has that many amps don't have is that it has a 2-channel USB direct out split, meaning you can send your dry and your amp sound, which goes through all the power and preamp tubes, into Pro Tools and then reamp. So you can play that back, loop it through, and adjust your gain, your clean, change your channel, put some reverb, all through the amp without using additional hardware, which is an amazing feature and is very useful. The other thing that's really amazing about this amp is that it's not stylized. You can get that Nashville clean country thing, you can get that bluesy rock thing, you can get the really shred thing, you can get everything in between, and sounds like amps that you spend thousands of dollars on. From a production standpoint, being a producer of different types of records and different styles, I find that when you're miking up amps, you have to spend a lot of time EQing, compressing, getting sounds. With this amp, I find you plug it in and it sounds great. Henrietta made this amazingly great pedal called the 8-speed for me, and so we have a little bit of delay on, and I'm going to stick on a little bit of boost. The one thing that I really like about this amp and what appeals to me is that it looks like an amp, a vintage style amp, and it's really simple. It's got 8 knobs across the front. There's no complicated switches, digital displays, anything like that. So right now we're on the clean channel, and I just want to give you a bit of what the tone sounds like. Straight up, nice and clean. Gets funky. The L5 also has a killer reverb, and it's really great with clean or distortion tones. It seems really focused. So the L5 we've kind of used all over our new record, my band called The Fell, with bass player Billy Sheehan, Randy Cook, and Toby Rand. We started tracking the album, and Laney sent over this amp, and it became the staple amp for the entire record. We're going to play a bit of the record and go through some different tones. it's so versatile. It's warm, it's fat, it's got screaming leads and clean sounds that are just brilliant. For me, I would much rather have an amp that's like this, that's really feels like an amp and still reacts to your fingers, to your touch, and it has tubes that when sound hits them, it squishes and it moves with your music and your style, and the more aggressive you are, the more it reacts to that. And I find with a lot of digital amps or digital recording amps or modelers, you just don't get that real tube thing. And this is, for me, by far the way to go.